What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Haoqi Antelope Pro 750, which is advertised as a cargo bike. It's a 48 volt system which has a surprisingly torquey motor, dual batteries. Let's take a look at the features of this bike, and then after that take it out for a test ride. To get this e-bike at the best price, use the link in the description below along with the code MAXIMUM50 to get an additional $50 off. This bike has a twist throttle and hard rubber handlebar grips, mechanical disc brake levers, and the usual 7-speed Shimano shifter. And here's what the display looks like, where it shows you the motor wattage being used, your battery bar up there, outdoor temperature, obviously your speed in the middle, and you also have your power assist level, distance traveled, and of course the time. On the left side you get a bell and your controls. Up and down adjust the power levels. When you hold down the bottom button, that'll activate your walk assist mode and spin the wheel at 2 to 3 miles an hour. And when you hold the top button down, that'll turn on or off the front and rear lights. And to unlock the full power and top speed of this bike, first you turn it on and then you hold down the top and bottom arrow buttons. And from there you press the up arrow until you get to the number 72. I already had it at 72, but I wanted to show you guys how to unlock this bike. And then to exit out, you simply hold down the center power button to go back to your standard display. In my opinion, one of the highlights of this bike are the amazingly styled rose gold colored wheels with the triangle shaped cutouts. I think they look fantastic for this bike, and they pair amazing with the black or silver colors that this bike comes with. I would have loved to see this bike come with an adjustable handlebar stem riser to give you a little bit more of an upright riding position. This bike does come with mechanical disc brakes and 160mm rotors in the front and in the back. A basic unbranded suspension fork with only a lockout adjustment, generic pedals. This bike comes standard with a decently bright front headlight, and to pair with that, a tail light that does turn on when you press the brake. This bike is advertised to hold a payload of 400 pounds, and this rear rack can hold 55 pounds. It also comes with an assortment of holes that you can mount other accessories to. The seat is wide and cushy, very comfortable, and I had no problems with it. The front also has a place where you can easily mount a front basket for more storage. You also get the Shimano tourney derailleur and a 7-speed Shimano freewheel, and when the smallest gear is paired with the front chainring, you get pedal resistance well into the mid-20s, which is great for avoiding ghost pedaling. The paint job on this bike is really nice. It's got this metallic, almost car-like finish to it. Very sleek looking bike, especially paired with those rose gold wheels. I think this bike is one of the better looking e-bikes out on the market, so nice job Haoqi for making this bike look aesthetically pleasing. And this bike does come with metal fenders, very nice. You also get a 750 watt geared hub motor that does peak at over 1200 watts. This e-bike has so much torque, the front wheel easily lifts off the ground. Also included, 2 batteries, one that sits underneath the seat and another one that sits in the down tube of the bike. In the crank arm area, you'll get the controller and the battery blender that blends the rear and the front battery at the same time. And of course, I just had to take it apart and confirm that the controller was indeed a peak of 25 amps, and you also see the battery blender for the 2 batteries. So this bike comes with 2 batteries, one 12.5 amp hour battery and another 11.6 amp hour battery. The 12.5 battery sits in the back behind the seat and underneath the seat, and this one sits in the down tube of the bike. So you get a total of 24 amp hours combined. You do get 2 chargers, one for each battery, and each charger is a 2 amp charger. I was initially worried that these are passively cooled chargers, and sometimes they do get hot, but after doing some thermal testing, they topped out at about 60 degrees Celsius, which isn't too bad. I can keep my hand on it comfortably and keep it there for as long as I want, which usually means it's okay for electronics. It's not that hot, but they do get a little bit warm. Let's go ahead and take this thing out on the road and see how it performs. And if you guys want some more information on this bike, check out the links in the description below. What's up, guys? Today we're out here on the Haoqi, not Haoqi, Haoqi, that's how you pronounce it, Antelope 750 Pro, and we're about to do our standard moderate hill climb test that I bring all my bikes through. We'll do throttle only. This is set to full power. I already unlocked it to give it as much beans as possible. Give it all the beans. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, strong off the line. That's impressive. Immediate response from the throttle. Very impressive. And this bike is advertised as a cargo bike, and if you are carrying cargo, you're gonna need power. And man, this thing, I think it delivers. Yeah, it's going up this no problem. That's awesome. This is actually very impressive for a 750 watt, 48 volt e-bike. And we all know that these bikes peak well over 750. This one actually goes up to 1200, so that's why probably gives you that much torque. But all these controllers, they're tuned differently. Not all of them are tuned the same in terms of how much power it gives you off the line. This one seems to give you a lot off the line, and that's great if you're about to do what I'm doing road crossings like this. Very handy for that. Wow, the speed on this is great. I am very impressed by how much power this thing is giving me. Top speed. You could probably get to 30 if you pedal hard. You still get a decent amount of resistance when you are pedaling hard, which is great. So I think ghost pedaling on this bike shouldn't be an issue. They give you a pretty decently sized front chainring. Shifting feels okay. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by the power of this bike. Yeah, oh man, that power immediately kicks in. Guys, let me know how the sound quality is and how the camera angles are. I'm messing around with my new 360 camera, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. It's going to change the quality of these videos by quite a bit. But I spent a bunch of money on a DJI wireless mic set and some new camera stuff. See that? See that? These people, they just pull out. They don't care. The fat tires definitely help with shock absorption. This bike does only have the front shocks, but I mean, this is a cargo bike. It's not supposed to have rear suspension because it's just going to get bogged down anyways. If you put a bunch of cargo in the rear rack, it's just going to bottom out anyways. So it's probably best to have a hardtail for a cargo bike. I think people that are going to use bikes like this would definitely want a more upright riding position. But you can easily fix that, right? Go on Amazon, get a handlebar riser, and you've got a nice upright seating position. But the main thing, the main feature about this bike that I really enjoy are the dual batteries. So you get a good amount of range and the power. Those things you cannot just easily upgrade from Amazon, right? You can't just easily buy those kinds of parts and slap them in like you can a handlebar riser. So for that point, props to Haoqi for giving you a nice powerful torquey motor and dual batteries, which just makes this bike so much nicer to ride around. You can hear those brakes. They still have to be bedded in. I just got this bike sent to me from Haoqi for review, and this is my first time out on it. Let's go to our second hill. Yeah, I gotta bed these brakes. The brakes work fine though. I know they're mechanical brakes. Oh my god, the acceleration on this thing. I'm really liking this bike. I didn't think I would, because it's because of how it looks and what it's advertised as, but it has a good amount of torque. I'm very impressed. Yeah, these brakes work just fine. They're not, you know, a lot of people complain that they're not hydraulic brakes. And yeah, it would be nice if they were. They'd work even better. But they work. No problem. We're gonna go to our other hill climb that I don't time, but honestly, I just want to see if the bike can do it and at what speed. So we're gonna find out together. This is going down that hill. Good chance to bed these brakes. Let's just bed the brakes a little bit. And I've decided that the starting point for this hill will be at this line out of traffic. All right, we'll start at exactly the end of the line, take a right turn, and go up the hill. This is throttle only, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. Man, the torque is incredible. All right, here we go. 48 volts, 1200 watts, 9 miles an hour, 8. Speedometer is accurate. It's making it by itself. This, again, guys, this is a very steep hill. I'm impressed. Nice job, Haoqi. Good power. All right. About 9 to 8 miles an hour up that hill. That's great. Pedaling feels nice. Again, they geared this one right. You get a good pedal feeling even at higher speeds. Some bikes you start ghost pedaling at 20. This one I can still pedal hard. So pedaling at 27. This is how fast I gotta move my legs. Not too bad. This is a bike good for, I would say, up to about 25 miles an hour. Although it can go faster. Paddling up to that point isn't very comfortable. Let's do another brake test from 20 miles an hour. Yeah, brakes work fine. For mechanical brakes, these are pretty good. Let's do that again. Yeah, works fine, guys. The seat feels fine, decently comfortable. No complaints there, although most people are going to replace the seat anyways. The front suspension only has a lockout adjustment. It's on the cheaper side. No preload adjustment, but that's okay. What do you expect? Display could be nicer. Very simple, rudimentary display. Shows you your speed, your power assist, 5 levels, how many miles you've gone. Although something that I'd really like that it tells me that some of the nicer displays of some of these other e-bikes don't, is it tells me how many watts I'm using. So right now I'm pulling 1,000 watts. And some other bikes that are more expensive don't tell you that. So nice job, Haoqi, for giving you a watt meter, telling you how many watts you're using. It would also be nice if they told you your voltage of the bike, but instead you just get a battery bar. Tells you your outside temperature as well. Not too bad. I would like it if the handlebars were a little bit higher. They're on the lower side. If I do keep this bike, I'm going to be buying a handlebar riser stem to make it more upright, which will cost like 30 bucks, somewhere in there. It's not bad. See, we're cruising, guys. 20 miles an hour. Shifting feels good. Pulling 1,100 watts up this hill. I gotta say, guys, I'm impressed by the torque from this 48 volt e-bike. It almost has the torque of my Kepler that I used to have, the Aerial Rider Kepler, and that was 52 volts. This one is 48. Again, I always say that e-bikes are truly tested up hills. Anything can go fast on flat ground. 250, 350 watt little puny hub motor can go decently fast on flat ground, but it's the hills where bikes are really put to the test. And with the way Haoqi programmed the controller, plus the wheel size really gives this thing a pop in the low end torque, which is much appreciated when you have to accelerate quickly or go up hills. Very nice. Yeah, I'm going up this hill so easy. And my area has a lot of big hills, guys. I'm going up so easy. This is incredible. I'm barely putting any work into the pedals. Hey, it's still going the same speed. 13 miles an hour. Awesome. Love the torque. However Haoqi tuned this controller, props to them. I'll keep repeating myself. I'm impressed. Oh, top speed test, throttle only. Tuck it. Here we go. I was at level 3. All right, here we go. We're at 5. 26, 27, about 28. And that's fine. Again, for these 48 volt systems, for a commuter e-bike, perfectly fine. You're more interested in the range that you get when you get a bike like this, and the dual batteries should help a lot with that. It says pedaling at 25, 26. So yeah, after 25, you gotta really move your legs quick. But again, it's not the focus of this bike. Going downhill. Brakes feel pretty good. We're going 30 down this hill. Feel relatively stable. Yeah, if you move your legs fast enough, you can comfortably pedal up to the mid-20s. And if you are using this for, let's say, deliveries, and let's say you are in New York City, you probably don't want to go faster than that anyways. Let's check out the top speed of this bike. I unlocked it, which is pretty simple. See how fast it goes. Should get to 28 by itself. This is throttle only. $29. All right. Not bad. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Looks like if you hold the up button, it turns the lights on. And are the rear lights brake lights? Yep. Looks like the light does turn on when you turn the brakes on, even when the light is lit. What about, let's turn the lights off. Okay, so the light does turn on even when the lights are off, so that's good. So we got a brake light. Excellent. Now what happens if we hold down the bottom button? All right, you get your walk assist, if you guys can see that. And that'll give you 2.4 miles an hour, so between 2 and 3 miles an hour. Very nice. So easy to step through. The seat is fairly comfortable. I normally don't like seats that e-bikes come with by default, but this one's pretty good. Not too bad. Here we are going 26 on the side of the road. Battery's at 3 out of 4 bars. So far, I am really enjoying riding this bike. Very smooth and comfortable. So 0 gives you nothing. No pedal assist, no throttle. Level 1 cuts you off at 16 miles an hour. Level 2, about 19, 20. Level 3, 23 miles an hour. 4 will get you to 25. And then 5 will take you all the way up to 28. See, I could just easily just get on and off because of this step through. Very comfortable. And the kickstand, like I said, it's in the middle. it's got its pros and cons. Like, I can get on easily if I just push the bike forwards, and I'm good. I don't need to worry about any kind of kickstand off to the side. Man, I am enjoying zipping around on this bike. And I do really like the step through. It's so easy to get on and off. Right? You could just stand over easily, get right on. Here we go. Give me some power. Boom. Love it. Fun to ride around. The small wheels, the small frame size makes it nice and nimble. Could take tight little turns. If I lived in a city and I had to weave in and out of densely packed traffic that stopped, this is a great bike to do it. I gotta say, the air feels nice after it rains. Boom. Immediate acceleration. For a 48 volt system, this thing gets up to speed pretty quick, and it'll top you out at between 28, 30 miles an hour, depending on how hard you pedal, somewhere on there, which is fine for a nice little bike that's just there to commute around on, deliver some DoorDash, get some groceries, be a beach cruiser. You don't need a speed demon. You don't need something that goes 35 miles an hour plus. But this thing feels very zippy and nimble because of that torque. Like, I'm zipping around this neighborhood, and this feels nice. Yeah. Bumps feel fine with these tires. Pumped up to 20 PSI. The bike also does have a bell. No horn, but bell's good enough. So, what do you guys think of this bike? Is it a worthy contender to the other cargo bikes out there? Personally, I think it is. I think the low-end torque this bike offers is incredible. It looks amazing. The wheels look fantastic. It could use some hydraulic brakes, but that's a pretty simple fix. I think in future updates, Haoqi will release more bikes with more hydraulic brakes. But overall, I think this bike is fantastic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you guys want some more information on this bike, check out the links in the description below. To get this e-bike at the best price, use the link in the description below along with the code MAXIMUM50 to get an additional $50 off. Thanks for watching. Until next time.